Hey y'all, it's Perkyy, and in today's video we have yet again another reaction to these theories on TikTok that will make us question reality, question everything, question just life as a whole. We're gonna go ahead and get into today's video. I'm excited to see what you guys have dropped in the Discord. Again, if you want your video on here along with the shout out, please add the Discord. The link is in the description down below. The first link you will see. Shout out KMP King.
We're living on the flat earth with the dome, the firmament. As we start to look around us, we start to wake up, our eyes open. This isn't what I thought it was. Maybe we are special. In fact, maybe there is unbelievable evidence of creation. But the government has decided to hide that from you. Why? Why is there so much misinformation? Why is there a giant disinformation campaign going on right now when it comes to things like flat earth? Are my eyes lying to me? Or can I trust what I'm actually seeing? But Christopher, the earth is a globe. I was told that when I was 1 year old. They said, look, this is a globe. Isn't it interesting? It's one of the first things that you're actually taught. The earth isn't flat, it's a globe. Even though for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years, they thought that the earth was flat. Oh, but Christopher, we have all these images of outer space that show that the earth is a sphere. Really? Where do the images come from? NASA. Oh, you mean the same NASA that is our secretive breakaway government that hasn't been back to the moon since the 1960s. That NASA? Have you ever seen it with your own eyes? How come none of the electronics account for curvature of the earth when you're flying a plane?
Oh, that's deep.
None of the engineering of bridges and train tracks, buildings, all kinds of infrastructure that goes for miles and hundreds and maybe thousands of miles, none of it accounts for, in its actual engineering blueprints, for the curvature of the earth. I mean, if I was building a giant bridge of hundreds of miles, wouldn't I have to account for the curve?
One main thing that I don't do is I don't go into the blatant overt things, because that's not how the powers that be move anymore. It's not blatant and overt to a degree. Some people will say, okay, this is blatant, this is obvious. But the people who wear the robes, who are judges, the people who wear the medical doctor robes, the people who handle the policies, they are the ideology. A lot of them happen to be black-faced white supremacists now. Okay, so this basically, what we're looking for is the wrong target. That's my point. We have to look deeper into this. This is why they don't like extreme intellectuals, brother, because we go to the root of a thing. That's what the word radical really means in essence, is to go to the root of something. You are radical, you're crazy. Why? Because I'm not going to compromise my beliefs, number one. Two, I'm not going to just accept what you give me. Number three, I'm going to question everything about you and what you say, and the main thing I'm going to question is your motive. So the thing we have to look at is, who is running it for real? And when you look at that all the way beyond the labels, beyond the religions, beyond the gender ideological pseudo-scientific nonsense, and of course, beyond the, I would say, political parties, you see who really runs it. And that's why they don't want people to talk, because you're going to make people think above all the nonsense. All those things divide people. When you say international bankers, when you start going to who pays who, where is the money coming from, follow the money. Then you'll find out who owns everything. And at that point, then things will change. Correct.
And coincidentally enough, whenever anybody speaks about those people,
come on, bro,
they usually follow with a deactivation of all accounts. Why is that? Speak on that. Who is the international banking family?
Oh, he cold.
And why do everybody get taken out whenever they speak on them?
Oh man, everyone should read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Everyone should know about the meeting that took place off the coast of Jekyll Island in the early 1900s. Everyone should know about the Federal Reserve Act. Everyone should know about Woodrow Wilson. Everyone should know about J.P. Morgan. Everyone should know about the Carnegies, the Rothschilds, the Warburgs. Everyone should know about the Waltons. Everyone should know about the Vanderbilts. Everyone should know about these are the names of, of course, the Rockefellers. Again, very critical about the Rockefellers, John D. Rockefeller and all the rest of them. You must know about these. Why? Because they shaped the modern world that we currently live in. From the financial area to the educational system to the agricultural system to the very banking itself, they shaped it. So while a lot of us are arguing, we're not realizing the people who quite literally put this thing together are the ones who have perpetuated exactly where we are to this very moment. We argue over nonsense on a surface level. But if we both came together and said, hold on, let's sit down and really delve deep into where this thing came from, then we can say, oh, these people want to get rid of over 4 billion human beings on the planet, including white folk. That's not conspiracy theory. That is conspiracy fact. National Security Study Memorandum 200 under Dr. Henry Kissinger, 32nd Secretary of State under President Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford, authorized in 1974. After that, you had Global 2000, authorized under President Jimmy Carter. You have Zbigniew Brzezinski, who was the advisor to Jimmy Carter, who said, quote, in earlier times, it was easier to kill a million people, or pardon me, it was easier to control a million people than to physically kill a million people. He said, but today, it is infinitely easier to kill a million people than it is to control, end quote. That's the mind of the advisor to the president. What does that mean? Once you look at all of this, you realize the game is bigger. It's much bigger than just black and white now. Now we're dealing with, as you know, the Bible says, or science says, principalities, rulers, spiritual wickedness in high places. They are not interested in having human beings on the planet who do not comply with them. Black, white, and all in between. They're not interested anymore. And the problem is social media backfired on them because it was supposed to trap us more and for us to give up more of our information so that they can trap us. But we started to put some stuff up in there and started waking people up. And now we're educating, and now they're like, God damn it, we didn't expect it to happen like that. Or should I say so soon, which I wrote about in book number 2, which is another reason why you brothers with these RICO charges, you should have read the book when it came out. But it's a real thing.
I reacted to him before and he was dropping gems. So this is the second time I'll have to look into that book that he spoke about, because that is deep, because you do have to know, you have to be able to get into the root of these things. If you get into the root, then you'll understand who's controlling and operating and why the world moves the way it moves. But that is crazy, because not only did he say some stuff, he also dropped some names. Okay. I gotta look into that book. Shout out to Orlandis. We've been manipulated from birth.
And, you know, your mind is like a parachute. Doesn't work if it's not open. Right. Once you begin to open your mind and start studying and
your mind is like a parachute. Run that back.
And, you know, your mind is like a parachute. Doesn't work if it's not open. Right. Once you begin to open your mind and start studying and reading and getting the background on symbols and terms and words, you begin to understand that we've been manipulated from birth. We need to back up and go all the way back to day one and start re-educating yourself the way the world really works.
Hello. Don't worry, he's not finished. I'm grabbing part 2.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to give you 48 years of study. I'm going to give you a secret. Nothing in this world is what you think it is. Nothing operates the way you think it does.
What do you mean?
Nothing operates the way you think it does.
What do you mean?
Government does not work the way you think it does.
It's not about people voting for a president.
No, it has nothing to do with that. We're talking money. We're talking control, corporations, big business, period.
It's all big business and money.
Period.
Yeah.
End of sentence. Now, religion is a corporation. It's all the religions of the Western world, especially in the Western world, all religions operate under Maritime Admiralty law. So there are certain...
What do you mean Maritime Admiralty law?
Maritime Admiralty is the law of water. And I've talked a lot about this in the past. I'm going to talk a lot about it in the future.
Okay.
There are only 2 things on the earth, on this earth, land and water.
Right.
So there are 2 kinds of law, the law of the land and the law of water. The law of the land is the custom of the people who live on a particular piece of land. So the law of the land is different in every country.
Right.
I mean, you can do things in Russia you can't do in America.
Right.
You can do things in South Africa you can't do in China because it's the law of the land. That particular piece of land has their own custom. So the custom of the people living on a particular piece of land is called the law of the land.
Okay, got it.
But there is also a larger, far more important law on the earth. It's called the law of the sea, the law of the water. And when you get into, and then that law is referred to in courts as Maritime Admiralty. Maritime Admiralty is the law of water. Once you understand the law of water, it opens up a world of occult hidden symbols and hidden foundations on how we live.
What are some of those laws that we're not aware of?
Oh my goodness! When you walk into a courtroom, why do you go to court? You play basketball on a court. You play tennis on a court.
Right.
Yeah, how do you play tennis on a court? You play with a racket. Come on. And so the judge walks out. He rules from the bench, right? Look it up in a Latin dictionary. The word bench is a bank in Latin.
Oh.
And so the judge is ruling for the bank. That's why he wears a black robe, because the black robe represents the planet Saturn, the god of banking and law.
When I tell you, it's so much symbolism in the world, it's crazy. Shout out to Jordan Maxwell, man. R.I.P. It's the little things that I miss, but it's videos like this that help me to no longer miss the little things in today's society. Shout out Horace.
What
the heck?
It's not normal. No.
Can y'all do that?
Normal.
Katie showed her fellow judges and all of America that she's able to puff out her neck like a frog.
Like, how did you find out you could do that? That's weird. This man's username is I am him. Bye.
Are the Illuminati real? And if so, why haven't I been invited? Garfield, where are you? I know you know. I know you know.
Dang, he calling them out.
Now, for those of you experiencing...
I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And... What? Just... You've been off... Yeah. Oh, they're in the room.
Yeah.
There's truth in them jokes. I'm gonna keep saying it.
In other words, in the United States, when you're running the United States, you ain't running in nothing but con, nothing but devil. You're running in nothing but demon. The United States of America is the demon of the world.
Charles Manson said, I should have 200 million more, and then maybe it would have been a better world. It would have been a better world if you 200 million more, because you're sick, you're demented, you beat people's wives, We're not playing no games, homie. Yeah, I'm on Charles Manson's side. Why is he demented? Understand the mind of a man. Why is he demented? Why is he... What did you do to him? What did you do to him? What did you do to Charles Manson to make him think all this crazy? What did you do to him? If you broke him, you broke my dad.
I'm tripping because he said, what did you do to him? Meaning there's a reason why he basically moves the way he moves. Isn't that crazy? Because it sounds like he's projecting his life. Am I tweaking? What did y'all do to Orlando Brown to where he's moving this way? Because he wasn't moving this way at one point in his life. Or was he? I swear there was a switch that happened. Because I personally don't think he was always like this. But I really feel that stuff like this happens when you start a child young in this wicked industry, like the entertainment industry. They can distort their mindset and program them to any way that they want. So I really blame the entertainment industry for messing Orlando Brown up. And not only him, I blame it for all the Disney Channel, Nickelodeon. I was gonna say not Nickelodeon, but no, it's been some things that have been brought out with the Nickelodeon actors and actresses because they have been exposing some things. I just really feel that any industry is just not worth it. Because I feel like they lose their mind. And I feel like they're saying something, but because they look crazy and they've been saying crazy things, they saying some stuff, but because they look crazy and sound crazy, you're just gonna think that they're crazy and that they're not saying anything when they're trying to push out what's going on, but nobody believes them. Shout out DeAndre.
We're slowly poisoning ourselves through fruit and vegetables. I would never touch an inorganic fruit because fruits absorb pesticides and herbicides and insecticides through their skin.
Hold on. I want to hear. Did he say he will never touch organic or nothing that's not organic?
We poison ourselves through fruit and vegetables. I would never touch an inorganic fruit because fruits absorb pesticides and herbicides and insecticides through their skin. There was a recent study published about inorganic strawberries where they actually took inorganic strawberries from the supermarket, brought them home, put them in a commercial press, pressed the juice out of them, and there was so much pesticide in the juice they were able to take that juice and respray the crop.
Whoa. Oh, wow.
That's nasty. And still have the same level of pesticide protection from the juice that was squeezed from inorganic fruit.
I mean, nothing is safe at this point, but I do have a theory. I remember telling my dad, because I think he was trying to get on the organic tip or whatever, and he was like, oh, I want to buy organic or something like that. I was like, how do you know it's really organic? Because again, it's the same store that can tell you that this is organic and this is inorganic, but they have the power to, I could switch it up if I could tell you the inorganic is organic and not the organic. You know what I'm saying? A switcheroo. So how do you know that what you're buying is really organic or inorganic? Because at the end of the day, they can literally put a label behind anything. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I hope it makes sense. What I'm trying to say is that how do you know, just because it says organic, is it really organic? You ever thought it that way? Or you just was like, oh, I'm not about to look into it. But that's crazy about the pesticides and the fact that they can use that same water and spray the ground with it or spray it on the others. Nothing's safe. Shout out to Horace.
I think we should all create our own bank. I think we need to create our own bank. First, you set up a community trust structure, and then you appoint everybody as a managing director of a trust. You set up a trust account for everybody. Everybody pools all this together. You buy gold and silver with it. You invest it, and you pay dividends back to everybody in the community. That's how we could run an economic system and completely bypass the federal government and the international bankers. Every community could do that. Every church could do that. Every organization could do that. Every family could do that. And watch the wealth start shifting back into your hands again instead of into the hands of those who really don't care about your wealth. The New World Order has no concern for your money, really. They just want power and control.
Tell me about your conspiracy, brother.
There aren't that many conspiracy theories anymore because we found out that all conspiracy theories, there's a nugget of truth in there. It came from somewhere. That's where it became a theory. And then it progressed to the point where it became a conspiracy theory because there was something there. See, in our industry, who pays you is who tells you what narrative you're allowed to use. And I'm not paid, so I own my narrative. Wow. So if in media, somebody's getting paid.
I've got one that can see.
Yeah. I love that movie. I love that movie. I love what he said too, because I've been saying that. But we all been saying it. Y'all been watching the videos with me, so it's not just myself. So let me throw that out there. And it's not even me, period. It's Yahuwah speaking through me. So just gotta let that be known.
This man exposed the truth about fasting. And now he disappeared.
I don't know why they keep using this song.
Well, for one, you begin by abstaining from the foods or group food that you've been ingesting, allowing the body to release all of what it has accumulated over the years. So you have to fast. See, what you do is to fast to allow oxygen to enter those various organs, to reach them via your arteries with the blood.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of benefits and stuff about fasting, and it's not only like physical, but it's very, very, very spiritual too. And it's so crazy because fasting has so many benefits, but if you look at the world that we're in, it's all about gluttony. Like, for example, with the mukbangers doing the mukbang videos, that was gluttony, them eating all that food. Shout out Kenny. Even in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it was all hidden in plain sight.
Along the path. Let's go introduce you to him. Look, what's going on, True? Who was him dude? Don't go there. In your way? Listen to Jethro. Yo, what if I told you we never went to the moon? JFK lives in Scotland with Janis Joplin. And the only reason we've been in a Cold War for the last 45 years was because snake-headed aliens run the oil business. I think you popped another micro dot. Good. Keep it that way.
Dang, do y'all remember that in San Andreas? This is from Horace.
350. 400. 450. 500.
Did y'all know that money is an energy ritual? You spend your time working a job that's barely giving you money to survive. You stress out about bills, food, your time, your minimum wage, gas, rent, water, food, all over money. Just think about it, money has no meaning without you. And TikTok, please do not take this video down because I'm speaking from an entertainment purpose. Just think about it, if you stop caring about money and care about your purpose, like the people of these major corporations, you stress out and get angry at the government because you can't take care of your life. Money is nothing but energy. Why do you think they make you pay for fines they deem criminal? When they give you tickets, when you gotta bail out? Because they know that money will make your life harder and you will stay in the cycle of stress. These owners of these major corporations funding governmental organizations that are in control of how much you make. These people who deem your wage, your worth, your time, and they choose from these organizations who gets to get money. That's why there are famous people, rappers who have a lot of money. They influence and distract just as these major corporations tell them to in exchange for money.
Something.
I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than me. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged. It's rigged.
And that's just one form of major money. Imagine everything else. So question, why do you let money control you? Why do you pay for water? Why do you pay for food? These are natural things that you shouldn't pay for, and you're letting these people get away with it because you are too distracted. If everybody just stops and actually think, there are factories printing money. You are priceless. That's why they want you to spend 60 years working for their money. That has no meaning without you. So are you going to be a consumer or a producer? Because their money just keeps growing and yours just keeps slowing. Seriously, stop letting money control your energy. Y'all stay dangerous and become entrepreneurs.
These videos just get deeper and deeper the more we scroll on my conspiracy theories thread. I appreciate everyone that sent over a video. Really love today's video. I love every video. I love every reaction. I love every TikTok gem, YouTube short gem, YouTube gem that you guys drop in the conspiracy theory tab. I really do love and appreciate it. I seriously do from the bottom of my heart. This is where we're getting the content because this is y'all sitting over videos. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I learned stuff. Y'all learned stuff. We learned stuff. That money one is deep because it is a energy ritual. They really do look at us as priceless, while you got these people that influence the world in a negative way. They get paid because they're just getting paid to just keep us at a low kind of vibration level so that we never think outside of what they're projecting to us. It's deep and it gets deeper, and we only touching a surface because look, a lot of stuff I can't really tap into and touch because you're not allowing that. But you know, if it be Yahuwah's will, then it be Yahuwah's will. If not, it is what it is. Well, I've already learned a lot just off the stuff that we react to. But I do love and appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. All esteem, infinite honors to my Lord Yahuwah, my Adonai Yahushua Mashiach, this day channel. I'm just a vessel out there working in and through, so I got to give credit and honor where it's due. That's it for today's video. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom. Shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell